Welcome to Jen Lowry Writes. Okay, today I've got a challenge for everybody out there. This is going to be going on the podcast too. And it's all from this book, Out of Wonder, Poems Celebrating Poets. So this is a picture book by Kwame Alexander, and it also has poems from Colderley and Marjory Wentworth. And you guys can just see the beauty of this book. So I want to give you like a come inside to see the contents of the book. You can see how it's broken up. And you've got part 1, got style, part 2, in your shoes, part 3, thank you. Then at the back, it's about the poets that are being celebrated, and then about the authors themselves. So about the poets that took on this endeavor. And when I first started to read this book, I was ultra inspired because not only did it remind me that, okay, I love Pablo Neruda, and I was like, okay, somebody else does, and they have taken a poem, and then they've written a poem honoring him, and it's kind of like of a similar theme, topic, concept, style. I love E.E. Cummings, and I could see Carry Your Heart right there as Kwame was doing like the walking with shoes. It's just so cool, guys. I just can't tell you. Okay, love this book. So I get to hug Out of Wonder, Poems Celebrating Poets. And I also now get to challenge myself to do the same thing for the month of April. So for all of my author friends out there and my poets who are looking for a creative way to get some pages together, get some words on a page, but honor poets that we love, let's try this. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to get to go back and read a lot of my favorite poems. Now, that's like asking me what's my favorite song right now. Like, I have tons and tons of favorites. Favorite songs, favorite movies, favorite shows, favorite books. Okay, could talk about that forever. Same way about poetry. I love poetry. I love poets. So I'm going to go and I'm going to be swinging on some branches and walking down paths and catching flies and snowy evenings. And how do I love thee and carry in your heart? I can just keep going and going. Do not weep. Written on a paper bag. So not only do I love poetry and the words, I love the backstories, the author stories, and what's up with these poets. So now I'm going to kind of do the same kind of thing. I'm going to find a poem I love. I'm going to use that as a mentor text. That's going to be my model. I'm going to write a poem that is going to be nowhere near close to their brilliance at all, but it's going to bring me joy. And that's what I'm seeking. I am a joy seeker and a joy collector in my bucket. So if this book that I'm promoting like right now, Out of Wonder, brought me so much joy, then I know finding the poets and discovering their work again, and then bringing up my blank page, and then writing a poem inspired by their work, and doing it in the same kind of format where, for example, this one, let me find them. Okay. This title, I Like Your, and it's celebrating E.E. Cummings. And so it's in the style. So Kwame Alexander kind of took E.E. Cummings' style and adopted that into his own work and adapted it. And it's about, as you can see, illustrations of shoes. Just love this, guys. Love this book so much. I've read it twice already. This is not just a one and done. This was a read again. Because the first time it was just to take in the words, and then I was like, okay, now I've got to go look up this poet. Now I want to go see more about who they're being inspired by. So it is a wonderful exploration into poetry. And it was a springboard to this challenge. So this is what I'm planning on doing. And I want to share a website with you guys. I love two websites. I use them for work, but I use them for myself as well. So poets.org, you can sign up, put in your email address, and you can get start your mornings with poetry. And I love the Poetry Foundation. Let me go and get that one. I didn't pull that one up. But these are two websites that I highly recommend that you guys go to and check out. I will tell you what I love about the Poetry Foundation. You can search out collections. So right now they've got Celebrating Women's History Month. They have poems about motherhood or poetry about seasons or resilience, or you can go in and look up Native American poets and just get a beautiful collection of contemporary poetry. So I love the Poetry Foundation and I love poets.org. When you're on these websites, you can also learn more about the poets that you love. And so you could share out your poem honoring this celebrated poet. So if you wanted to do The Hill We Climb, and you could, honor that piece, that poet, then share 3 fun facts. And that could be attached to your Instagram post or your blog post. And then you could direct them back to, for example, poets.org or the Poetry Foundation or the website where you found those facts from. And you can, put in 3 fun facts about the poet. And then it's kind of like a little teaching lesson. And you're sharing it out. Some quirky, fun things that you're learning about poets during National Poetry Month, which is in April. So I'm way ahead of the game here because I read poetry books and I read poems a lot anyway. Don't have to just celebrate it for the month of April. Like I've already read Crush, a book of poems for teenagers by Kwame Alexander. I've got Out of Wonder that I've read twice already, like I said. But it just inspires me to go out and do some of this stuff too. So I'm super excited about this challenge. I hope that you will accept it. And the way that I'm going to present my poems is I'm going to go to canva.com and I'm going to create an Instagram post. So it's going to have the poem written there and it's going to say in honor of or inspired by, however you want to say it. And then I'm going to put it up on my blog and I'm going to have the picture there. I'm going to have for people that use screen readers, they can't read the pictures. So if you are posting pictures on Instagram or if you're posting pictures on your blog, make sure that you're close, you're putting in a caption there, but you're also taking the poetry and putting it right underneath. So that way people can also read your poem. And the same way on Instagram, you can put your image there, but you also put the poem into the body of the message. And I'm going to then give some fun facts and try a new poem. So I'm not going to say I'm going to do a poem a day like poets.org. You could go, I love that, but guys, you can get them on Poetry a Day. There's websites for that too, Poetry a Day. I'm not going to promise that I'm going to write a poem a day, but I am making a challenge to myself that I want to go back and experience poetry again with this eye, with this perspective. And so while we're here, I thought I would do a live one, and I want to go capture a poem that I want to kind of start off with. And let me see. I've got to find it. On poetry. I love this poem so much. I teach it every single year. And it's from Pablo Neruda. And it's called Poetry. So I'm going to write live right now. And you guys challenging you to do it too. So pull up a document, your notes on your phone, wherever you like to write your poetry. And I'm going to set myself up a banner here. So Like, I so love Sonnet 43. I'm definitely going to do Sonnet 43. That's my favorite poem ever. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and build my Canva image. I love me some Canva.com. I've got to learn how to do Instagram story. And there it is, Instagram story. In fact, I'm not going to even do it small because my poem, it's going to be this 2021 poetry. I actually have because I already have it built out. Let me go look at some pretty photo I want to use for this. Oh, like that one is so dark. It looks like it's glowing. Let me see if I can get some white text and see if it looks good. And I'm going to actually put the title of his poem. That's one thing that wasn't in the book. So I recognized some of them, then I had to wanted to go out and see like which ones. All right. Time to write. And I am reading Poetry by Pablo Neruda. Oh, I love this so much. I knew I would. And it was 13. Words visited from faraway places and took a train, stopping right in front of the doorstep to welcome me home. That's how mine's starting. So I'm not taking his style necessarily on the way that he crafted the stanzas. I am taking his topic of how words, how poetry came to him. And then I am translating that into how words came to me. So this challenge doesn't mean that you have to do rhythm, pattern, style necessarily. You can challenge yourself in that way if you feel led to do so. But it can also be theme, topic, concept, idea. So this idea of how words came to me is giving me goosebumps because I have the actual typewriter now that the words came to me. I gotta show you guys that. I gotta show you guys one day that. Y'all can laugh at me, how old I am. And it was 13. Words visited from faraway places and took a train, stopping right in front of the doorstep to welcome me home. Don't ask why words chose me, picked me out from a crowded space and filled up the emptiness in me that had no name to it, only need. And words said, I am your long-lost love, the one you never knew you had. Embrace me. My empty shelves and card catalogs in my mind began to form notes and scenes and rhymes and all the in-betweens of what happens when words come to visit. A marker in time, a billboard sign that said, it is time. Write me. Believe. Dream with me, and I'll create magic in you. I was unaware of the pull at first, how to answer words when I thought they had no life. Till I stared at a page and keys and let go. To find there was more breath in words than in my own lungs and I. Wait, okay. And it was 13. Words visited from far away places and took a train, stopping right in front of the doorstep to welcome me home. Don't ask why words chose me, picked me out of a crowded space and filled up the emptiness in me that had no name to it, only need. And words said, I am your long lost love, the one you never knew you had. Embrace me. I was unaware of the pull at first, how to answer words when I thought they had no life. Until I stared at a page and keys and let go to find there was more breath in words than in my own lungs. And I could see worlds far from me, knocking on my heart to let them in. My empty shelves and card catalogs in my mind began to form notes and scenes and rhymes and all the in-betweens of what happens when words come to visit. A marker in time, a billboard sign that said it is time. Write me, leave. Dream of me, and I'll create magic in you. So I took that train and never looked back. People and places and mountains. So I took that train and never looked back. Freedom. Freedom to be. Pull the whistle. Stopped cars. Wave. Look. So I took that train. Pulled the whistle. Hot cars waved from the caboose. All the view. And now free living in words. And all the gifts it's given to me. Freedom to be me. Oh, that's it. That's it. I love it. It's mine. And now I have to find the perfect backdrop. I found it. It took me quite a few to find it, but it's there. It's mine. Oh, yes. All right, I got to share it out. Got to share it out. Okay. So I'm going to okay. Okay. And then I'm going to find 3 facts. And I love it that he was a young author. He thought he was going to be a French teacher. Good for me. See, both of these matter to me. Okay. So I'm now going to share my screen. And this is what I've created. And then I'm going to read it one more time, and I'm going to see if there's anything that I can share and change. I mean, change before I share. A space problem. Okay, let me fix the space issues, and then there's something. Pulled up with some hot cars, waved from the caboose, caught the view, and now freely living, daily giving, and joyfully experiencing all the gifts birds have given to me. Yep, like that better. Okay, so now I'm going to hit download JPEG, page 3, download this thing. I'm going to now stop sharing, and guess where I'm going, guys? Going up to Twitter. So writing live today created this. Thank you guys for giving me this space. Author challenge. Okay. So now that I have got this up, I'm going to copy what I put on Twitter, and I'm moving over to LinkedIn. Oh, I got 3 new messages. What's up? What's up? Okay. Okay, I love LinkedIn. Let me add. True. And then once I get it here, now I can use Instagram. So I have like my social media wheel here. And I can just pull it from Twitter. And I'm saving that in my photos. Now that I'm ready, I'm going to now make my blog post. I love to write poetry on my blog. Love it. Original poetry, verbs. And I now have an image that I can share on my blog because I created it in Canva. And then this can just be, I'm going to write underneath, it's train tracks with poetry written on it. And then I'm going to, inside of it, I have to paste the words from Canva because I didn't do this one from my notes. Usually I'm writing poetry on the notes on my phone, and then I'm having to go in and use the WordPress app. And then I need to title it, of course. And then I'm going to plugs Gmail. Okay, so let's talk about the challenge. All right. For National Poetry Month, I set out to collect new poetry books to read. I discovered a gem called Out of Wonder. Poems Celebrating Poets by Kwame. So I'm doing the book review right now. Saying where the challenge came from. Holmes. I could capitalize Marjory's name, right? Theme or topic. So it's kind of like how I pitched the book to you guys and what I thought. So I loved it and read it twice in one sitting, soaking in the beauty of words. Okay, so for National Poetry Month, I set out to collect new poetry books to read. I discovered a gem called, and I told the name of the book again, Out of Wonder, Poems Celebrating Poets. This unique poetry collection honors famous poets who have inspired the authors to create poems that are similar, style, rhythm, pattern, theme, or topics. I loved it and read it twice in one sitting, soaking in the beauty of words. So now I will go to Amazon and I'm going to look the book up. You guys know how much I promote public libraries. But also, if you can't find it at your library, it is $2.99 on Kindle. So there you go. It's had 114 positive ratings. It's 31 in children's composition, 44 in children's literary biographies, 216 in children's poetry. It's a bestseller. It's amazing. You can do the look inside, which I'm getting probably ready to show you now because it's not an issue if it's a look inside. But I'm going and looking for the Amazon Kindle. I'm going to paste it, embed it. And now the book is actually, now I have to do the caption. Make sure you're always doing the caption, people, please. Don't forget that. So the caption is the book link to Amazon for Out of Wonder, Poems Celebrating Poets. So that's what the caption is, and I'm going to say. And then I like to go and get the blurb from Amazon, and I quote it. And I put them into my reviews now because I give my 5-star love, and then I'm going to say, check out the blurb. From Amazon. And then I quote it. This 5-star poetry book is beautifully written and illustrated, taking you on a journey to discover new poets. And what I love is that challenge. So I wrote this 5-star poetry book is beautifully written and illustrated, taking you on a journey to discover new poets while challenging the reader to go out and honor poets they love by writing their own words to share. This is where my new challenge is inspired. My new challenge to you. Honor your favorite poets for National Poetry Month. I'm starting early. I started early today. Why not? So in my poem, not only did I get to talk about how words matter to me, but I give you a snapshot too about at 13, and that train is very symbolic to my life, living at the train tracks. And I've never ridden a train. So on my bucket list, it says I want to ride a train. But in my mind, I can ride a train through words. So that's that whole piece too. That's just me. Sharing that with you right now, which you're probably like, you got rid of a train? What? I've never ridden a train. Okay. And then put my social media links up here. Alrighty. And I'm going to do a plus sign. I'm doing a book review of Out of Wonder. And I just need the colon. Anyway, I have colon. Okay. Please check your local library and reserve your copy today. You can also hop on over to Amazon for a sneak peek into the beauty that is this. And I'm getting ready to share with you guys once I get my post fixed. So what my categories are, it's an author, it's a book review, it's a diverse book, it's poetry, it's an original poem, author challenge, all of these things, because my life is just a hodgepodge mess. And this is original poetry celebrating my favorite poetry. So you guys know that this is coming this month. Plus a book review of Out of Wonder, poems celebrating poets. Okay, publish out there in the world. And now that I have this one done, I go to preview. There it goes. It's out to my subscribers. Now, I can't post all of this on Twitter. So the image is fine for Twitter. Just going to give a blog link back. But now I can go to my author page Oh, I just got a new follower today. Thank you. And I'm going to go create post. So you see how I'm working all of this all at one time, and I get to share out something that I just did live with you guys. But it's important for accessibility reasons that if you are posting an image up, like on Instagram, you can put the words beside it. If, instead of just putting, oh, here's a picture of a poem that I wrote. But the poem is a visual effect for me. I love visuals. So that's something that I add. Okay. Yeah, Facebook's blocked my blog. It won't allow it to pop in there. I don't know. There's the poem. There it is. Hit share. And I'm bold like that. Write the poem live, read it out loud with you guys, working through it, fixing it, editing it, and then posting it with right away. Letting it fly. Letting it be what it was meant to be. This one was not meant to be held. This one was meant to be shared. There are poems that I have that are meant to be held. Others that are meant to be put out there, like in this challenge. So now I want to get save the image of Out of Wonder and then come into my Canva because I'm keeping, oh, nice. So I'm keeping up, sorry, something went wrong. No, Canva, don't go wrong. There it goes. I was like, what? The What I'm Reading post, I love them. And you guys know I'm reading more than one book at a time. And so now I can do a Out of Wonder one. And now I just need to go and get a photo. I'm looking for vibrant colors because I love the cover. I'm going to put stitching in the back. Let me see what it looks like. Nope. And so now, this is it. This is it. I found one. It's so swirly. It's so beautiful. It matches. Yep, what I'm reading. Out of Wonder. Okay. And now I'll download that one because I've got to use that one for my post. Because I love to share out with other people and recommend books that matter. And this is a book that matters. It'd be great for teachers, homeschools, librarians to read, families to read. So I'm doing all of this work all at once. I am not getting caught up. I got it. I got it all. So then I create the post. Uh-oh. I accidentally downloaded all of the What I'm Readings at one time, which that doesn't work. JPEG, page 9, What I'm Reading. So I've shared 9 of these images out. I wish I would have always done this. I don't know why I didn't. Can't look back. Got to keep going. Five-star love for Out of Wonder poems. Kwame Alexander with Chris Colderley and Marjory Wentworth. illustrated by Cool Holmes. Cool Holmes. Yeah. And I do that as a title. Now, once I get them up, then I go to my phone. Okay. So now this is how I transition over and have post for Instagram. Let's see. See, now I'm going to get sidetracked. I'm reading like all my messages. Tell me to stop. Tell me to do the work. Okay. I am on Facebook to go to my post. Oh, my aunt. I love her. Going to my author page. I'm live. It's a little weird looking at me. No, don't look. Don't look. I can't watch any videos or listen to. Oh my gosh, I wanted to go back and write some more, making sure I got all the authors down that an author recommended for me during a podcast. And it was like, skip, till I knew. It was like, oh, can't hear myself talk. Oh, no. Okay. So now I'm screenshotting what I'm reading because this is going to come first on Instagram because this is where the challenge was birthed from. Then I'm over on Instagram. And then I'm pasting 5-star love. Poets. Now I'm hashtagging. And I know I probably... poetry. I don't hashtag enough. I see sometimes people will hashtag like a million things under there. They're like that much of a hashtags, but I do a little bit. I always do books that matter when I'm recommending books. That's my hashtag for my publishing company, everything. Books that matter. All right. So there's my what I'm reading. And then you guys can see the what I'm reading. That's the image that I just made on Canva while we're sitting here. And I've been working an hour, but within this hour, I've done a blog. I've written an original poem. I've read poetry while I've been doing that. And then I'm making this podcast, this YouTube, challenging you to do it. Okay. And now my blog. It's better since I'm already on Facebook to go and capture the poem for accessibility, to have it there with the image, to then go over into my Instagram and now I've got my post here from Instagram. It's ready to go. And that one is the YouTube banner because it's got to be long like that because of the words. I know I probably could do like different pages, but when I chose on Canva to do the Instagram post, that's really for more like, you know, the image that I just showed you that I made. But whereas this one, it's the full spread and I could get a lot more in there. And now I'm going to paste. And now I'm going to hit return. And then I'm going to put author challenge. Share out your favorite poems by writing your own that are similar in style, pattern, rhythm, topic, or theme. And then LinkedIn. Hooray! Okay, move it back. I asked a famous author, could I use one of her quotes in my new book? Love LinkedIn, y'all. Okay. And of course, I'm going to quote her and put her book in there. I'm not taking the quote. I don't mean it like that. I'm not using your quote. It's not ghostwriting or anything. I didn't go, no, or taking. I asked, could I quote her? Okay. Let's see. Now I got a hashtag again. Now, I bet you there's people out there that like, oh, you know what? Go on and make your hashtags, copy and then paste them from a Google Doc. And I'll be like, yeah, you're genius. Like, I probably need to do that. Like, I probably do. And if you type in hashtag poem, you get so many. And then I'm also going to type in author, because this is my origin story, really. And I love to share that too. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. There we go. And so if I check off what I wanted to do today on my author list, it was actually to write a book review of Outer Wonder and to do this one challenge. So by doing it this way, I mean, I'm on spring break. I've got time to do all of this right now. Oh, somebody just liked it. Thank you. Thank you. By spending and utilizing my time this way, I can repurpose this for content. I can have time to write and write a poem live, and now take that poem and use it for my work. Maybe can inspire someone to write something about their words and how words came to visit them. And you learned a little bit more about me, because I was 13 when I first started writing, that I can remember like that time stamp in my life and how the train came and picked me up and took me on a ride. So I had fun on Canva, and I made the images really fast. It's been an hour, but I've accomplished to me a lot that I wanted to do today before starting in on my nano project, because I do want to spend time with my poetry and challenging other people and sharing the author journey while I'm also writing my book too. So I'm going to have a completely different video later of me writing live. I'm going to be doing the Monarch method, and that's going to be fun. I'm already in chapter 1. I started yesterday, full force. I'd done some organizational pieces prior, but I started writing yesterday. And I realized that a lot of what I was writing in chapter 1, I woke up this morning and was like, that needs to be in the welcome. That needs to be in the beginning. Like, let's just get all of this out there. Let's start tapping in emotional response. Positive emotion first. It's a part of the PERMA model, and I'm a big advocate for the PERMA model and well-being. So positive emotion first. And what is one way to get there? We have to squelch negativity first to move to positive. So I got to get people in that positive emotion then step in, and then engage. So I had to back up a little bit. When I woke up this morning, I realized, wait, that needs to have its own special place. So positive emotion has to go first. So I'm moving it today. So that's what I'm going to be doing live. It's just kind of restructuring that a little bit. And I'm so glad that I had that insight this morning. So thanking the Holy Spirit for that insight move, because it just hit me when I'm putting on makeup. I can't tell, but I got makeup on today. I actually wore makeup. Spring break. What? So here we go. So thanks you guys for joining me for this episode of challenging you to not only go and check out of Wonder Poems Celebrated Poets, but do something with it. Model, use this as a mentor text. Go out and explore your favorite poets, then write poetry inspired by them, and then share it out to the world. And I can't wait for you to tag me and say @JenLowry_Writes. So let me go over to my banner so you guys legit tag me and say, okay, I just did this challenge. I loved it. Here's my poetry that honors my favorite poem. And share it out. And let's see how many of these we can actually write for the month of April. And like I said, I'm not making a daily promise to myself by saying I'm going to write a poem a day the way that this was structured. But I am challenging myself to look at and revisit poems that I love so much. So I know that I thought I was going to be doing Sonnet 43 right now in this space, but maybe because I'm in nano thought process now, that I'm already in the nano mode, it's about writing. And so it was about words. And that just ties all into the Monarch method and what I'm doing. Like, I can have all the organization, all the plans to sit down and do a Sonnet 43 and look up Elizabeth Barrett Browning and look up some of her backstory and find 3 fun facts and all of that about this poet that I dearly love and how she was such a strong advocate and used her words for good. And then I'm like, okay, I'm doing Pablo Neruda poetry. And then I wrote words, which is totally not Sonnet 43, but that's okay. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. Can just come another day. Who knows? It might even come today. I might get off of here and write another one and bank it for another day. Well, all right, guys, I hope that you can apply some of this to your author corner of the world and be positive, share positive messages and light. Happy spring. Get out and take a walk today. Drink plenty of water. Enjoy your writing moments when they come. And embrace the love of words. All right. Bye, guys.